Hello and welcome. This is Goncalves and I'm so delighted to be here. It's been a couple of months that I have been off and I'm very grateful for Brother Sean for giving us the opportunity to have this break. I'm live from Holland now and I welcome you all here today. And to start us off, I'm going to light a candle for peace, for everyone on the planet, for all the beings, for Mother Earth and nature. And with this candle lit, I'm going to set the intention that we all receive everything that is in our highest and everything that is in our hearts. My intention is for you to connect to yourself, to connect to your heart, and to align you, to bring you back into this present moment, into the here and now. My shows this year all about living in the light in 2015, and today we're going to dive deeper into what living in the light means. And I'm going to start us off by introducing and sharing with you a little bit about what living in the light is for me and what living in the light represents, and how we can all come back to this space where we are living in the light in our own way, and there is no wrong or right way to do this. So for my own journey and my own awareness, living in the light is about staying true to my heart and staying connected to myself. And what that looks like day by day is giving myself the space and time to be and to become aware of what is surfacing in the moment, and to express this, to share, and to listen to what is coming up for me, and to be honest with that. So for instance, if I'm feeling any anxiety, which in my past there were moments where I felt a lot of it, and now not so much. However, sometimes it still comes up, and one way that I deal with it is to come into full union with it rather than avoiding it. So if it comes up, I welcome it and I'm at one with it. And I feel that is the purpose of any feeling and emotion that comes up. It's saying for you, well, it's really showing you that, this is coming up. It's getting your attention, and it's saying for you to connect with yourself, because if you're not connected to yourself and how you're feeling, then you're going to be feeling ungrounded and disconnected, and you're going to be feeling up and down, and you're not sure of exactly how you feel. So with the emotion and the feeling, you become in it, and when you become in it, you start experiencing it in your life. And there's two parts to this. You can experience it to a point where you become aware of how it's making you feel, and with that you're bringing light to it, you're bringing awareness to it, because you're knowing and understanding that this is happening, and this is guiding you to get you in touch with yourself, or you can allow it to consume you, which is the other part. If you take this feeling or emotion and you allow it to take over you, like it's taking your power away and you become it, then that can have a detrimental effect on you if you don't know how to behave, if you don't know how to manage this emotion or this feeling. So one of the things to be able to note when you're experiencing any feeling or emotion, like I shared, it's good to become aware of how you're behaving and how you're reacting and what is actually going on. How are you associating yourself with what's coming up? If it's something that is causing you this emotion or feeling, then immediately you know that it's not you because it's something outside of yourself, it's something affecting you. So you can immediately choose to not get affected by it. You can choose to step aside and feel within you what is true and what is not true. And if the situation is reversed, where it's something that has lived within you, like a form of anxiety, like I have shared, or something that you have experienced and you haven't let go of, and it's still a reoccurring theme, then one of the ways is just to be completely at one with yourself. Instead of pushing it away, it's important to come back into yourself and experience yourself in this feeling or emotion. Because when you're experiencing yourself, you're noticing the reality and the truth of the situation, and you can diminish that feeling, or you can learn to let go, or you can accept it. There are various ways, and I want to address that it's important to find what works for you, in which you are the leader of your own life in the emotions and feelings that you're experiencing. And when this happens, you know intuitively when you're connected and grounded and you're experiencing a feeling or emotion, sometimes you have that inner knowing of what your next step is. And that's all you need. It's just the next step. You don't need to do everything right now. You don't need to analyze. Just being with yourself while being connected in yourself while experiencing this will be sufficient enough to lead you to the next step. And that always allows lightness to come into the situation. I'm going to give you an example that I experienced a few days ago. I was in the bathroom and I was having a bath, and all of a sudden I was experiencing extreme anxiety, and I was also experiencing this resistance. And I had this old anxiety feeling that I used to get when things used to get pretty tight or limiting. And it's like fear when you get pushed into a corner or when you feel like you can't breathe. It was kind of like that. And this was around a certain situation. So I started thinking of that situation, and then my feelings immediately come up around the anxiety and the restriction. So I was able to identify what that was and how I was feeling while being connected to myself. And although I was panicking, I was also being kind to myself, and I started to ask myself, what can I do in the here and now to help myself? And I started to ask myself, what is that next step? And you only need one next step to make you feel lighter, because it's that one next step that will really lift everything off that has been controlling you, has been having a hold on you, and that has making you feel small. So the next step for me was that I was led into releasing it, and I did a process which enabled me to get into the emotion, into the feeling. And as I got into the feeling, I realized that this isn't so bad, this is what I'm experiencing, yes. And at the same time, there is something good that is happening here. So I took that into the awareness, and as well as I was in the experience, I was also willing to explore it deeper and willing to expand it outwards so that I was feeling connected and free to myself. So through the process, I took myself into feeling that, and I took myself into self-inquiry, where I was asking myself how I was, and querying on whether I would like to feel free from this. And that all turned it around to a much lighter experience, because it took me into a much more connected place where I was connected to myself. Because prior, I wasn't connected to myself, and I knew that because I was feeling anxiety and fear. And for me, that feels quite restrictive and limiting, and like I can't breathe. And when that comes up, I always see the root cause, and I always see that there is a lighter way to be at one with this. And so I took it upon myself to choose to experience this so that I could have access to the freedom of it and take myself into the process. And what I mean by process is allowing your intuition to guide you to your next step, whether that's, as an example of this, whether that's getting out of the bath or going out for a walk, writing, whatever the process is to make you feel connected to yourself and at one with yourself. So I took myself into that process, and it really allowed me to be at one. And I share this example because living in the light is all about connecting to yourself and really being in your power and being in who you truly are. And it's not about being perfect or being an enlightened master. It's just about being connected and following the tides of the sea, of the water, and allowing yourself to be aware of who you are, what's coming up, and riding those waves. And sometimes I know that it can be quite challenging. And as you ride those waves, you become much more equilibrium and balanced and peaceful with yourself. You become kinder on yourself because you're giving yourself the opportunity to step into your power, to say yes to possibilities and opportunities, and you're giving yourself the power to switch things around. And that's really what this show is about tonight. It's about giving you the strength and the hope that what you're doing right now is sufficient and you're not doing anything wrong. There is no specific right way to live life or do things. Everything that you're doing is enough. Everything that you're doing is sufficient. And living in the light is about staying connected to that, staying connected to yourself, knowing that what you are doing is enough. You don't have to try and be someone else or try to do things like other people. You don't need to try to prove anything, because who you are in this moment is magnificent, and we all need you in the world as you are, experiencing life like you, because there is no one else like you in the world. And when each of us are experiencing our unique expression, our unique selves in the world of how we are, then that's when miracles occur. That's when we allow ourselves to open up to the infinite source of abundance of love, and when we realize that we have everything that we need inside, and that we can say yes to opportunities that fill us, that fulfill us, that light us up, and that truly matter. And this episode is all about that. And I hope that it has helped you to see that who you are is enough. And when you're becoming aware of yourself day by day, in your behavior, in your emotion, feelings, in how you are, and you're becoming more at peace and at one with yourself, that's when everything lightens, and you don't need to be hard on yourself at all. That's one of the most important things to know. You don't need to be hard on yourself. You don't need to beat yourself up. You don't need to try. You don't need to try hard for anything. You being yourself is a perfect example of life itself. And that is what is living in the light. It's about living from that place inside of you where you only know how, and trusting yourself in this experience, trusting yourself in this life, trusting yourself every step of the way, because it's this step right now that is asking us to come back to ourselves. It's asking us to love and honor and cherish and nourish ourselves. And as you start to come back to yourself more each day, you start to really value who you are, and you value your life in a new way, because you start to realize that you're really a magnificent creation of life, and everything that you experience takes on a new magnitude, and that's when everything feels much more fulfilling and beautiful and whole and complete, when you are connected to yourself and feeling that wholeness within yourself. And I want to take us through a quick 5-minute meditation where we can come back to ourselves and come into this space of wholeness and connection. And that's what truly our light is, being our true selves in this space. So I'm going to ask us all to slowly pause whatever it is that you are doing, if you have been doing anything, and just sit back and relax, and take a moment to feel your breath. And in and out. And again, just become aware of your breath, this great force of life, of goodness. And as you take your breath in and your breath out, just take a few moments to say thank you to yourself in the here and now. Say thank you for this life that you're experiencing in the here and now. Thank you. Thank you. Say thank you to your body in the here and now for everywhere that it has taken you. Thank you. And as you say thank you, I want you to feel this from the depth of your heart. Feel how grateful and thankful you are to your body today. And the same goes for thanking your life. Everything that you've experienced up until now. Thanking every moment, every person. Most of all, being grateful for your whole life. Thank you. And now, I'd like you to say thank you to yourself. And if so, please place your hands on your heart and say it with me, with your hands on your heart. Thank you. Thank you for everything, Anna. And you can say thank you for everything. And really feel your gratefulness for yourself. And feel your love and devotion. Thank you for everything, Anna. And feel the peace and the joy and the tranquility you have for yourself. Thank you for everything. And as you thank yourself in the here and now, I want you to come into your heart and I want you to imagine that your heart is now opening. It's opening and expanding. This is a safe place to do so. As you're thanking yourself, as you're thanking your life, as you're thanking your body, open up your heart and receive its love, its gratitude, its joy. Take your time with opening up your heart and feel the life. Feel the life. Within and present. Now, as your heart continues to open up, start to feel your heart's love. Start to receive your heart's love. Say yes to receive. You can even say, yes, I receive love through my heart. I receive love through my heart. And receive and feel the love flowing through your heart. Feel how good it is. Feel how peaceful it is. And let go of anything in your heart that is currently holding you back. Just bathe in receiving that love, in that wonderful unconditional love flowing through your heart. It's light, and it wants to support you. It is supporting you. Your love is supporting you now. It's filled with vitality, life, light, joy, abundance, love, all great things that are within you, that are inside of you. It wants you to experience this now. Allow your heart to be filled with love now. Feel the joy emanating through you. This love and joy that is you. Learn to say yes. Yes, I receive love from my heart now. Yes, I receive love from my heart now. I let go of anything that does no longer serve me. I receive love in my heart now. I am worthy of receiving love. I am worthy of receiving love. I am a blessing of life. I am blessed and grateful and truly thankful that I am receiving this love now. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And as you continue to be filled by the love in your heart, continue to express deep gratitude for yourself in this experience. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. And really feel the gratitude within yourselves and the joy and the love that is here present in the here and now. Know this, you are living in your light right now. You are doing magnificent. Being who you are is the most incredible thing that you could ever give to yourself. You are doing great. Accept and receive your love. Connect with your higher self. Connect with the angels. Connect with the earth. And be at one with all that is within yourself in divine connection of your heart. Allow, allow, allow. Connect, connect, connect. You are one. Clear. Expand. And breathe. Good. Now that you have received this, I wonder how you're feeling, what's coming up. Now for the next 24 hours, it's advisable that you stay aware, stay in tune with how you feel. Drink plenty of water because I have led you through a clearing and activation, returning to your heart, and a process which has enabled you to receive love and that has connected you to your potential in the here and now. I hope that you have made the most of today's show, and whenever you receive this is the perfect time for when you receive this. I have another show coming, and that is on the September 17th, and you can return then, and I look forward in welcoming you again. Thank you, thank you, thank you so much for being here, for showing up today, for shining your light, being a blessing in this world, and allowing me the space to be all that I am so that I can be of service to you. I deeply appreciate you and everyone, and I send you a hug, light, and love. And remember to keep drinking plenty of water, keep yourself well, be aware of yourself, and take care. Sending you so much love and hugs. I look forward in seeing you again soon. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you.